2020 has been a lot. A lot of couch sitting, binge watching, sweatpantsing, stress eating, feeling stuck kind of stuff. Get up and get unstuck at Planet Fitness. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Now through November 18th. Stress less and move more in our super clean and spacious clubs. And the crowd meter in our app helps you pick the best time to visit. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. In club or at planetfitness.com. Deal ends November 18th. Planet Fitness locations are independently owned and operated. See club for details.
When you're a pro, you got to do a little bit of everything. A little. And even a little. And it helps to have something that works as hard as you do. That's why Valspar has a paint for every job, every room, every time. Valspar. You make it happen, we make it possible. Pros, head to Lowe's today and talk to a pro rep about getting up to 10 free gallons of Valspar through our paint trial program. Exclusions apply. See ValsparPro.com for details.
Present you is burnt out at your current job, but future you works at Geico, and future you is also a beekeeper.
Me? I don't even go outside.
Well, with Geico, you got a consistent schedule, so you are now one with nature, my friend.
So I've become a bee person?
Technically an apiarist, and yes, you also got a competitive salary, so you had the funds to start a new hobby.
Well, all right, give me that honey.
Virginia Beach. Start your future at Geico. We're hiring claim sales and service agents. Apply online today at geico.jobs/Virginia Beach.
I did see blood coming out from around her neck or back of her neck or something. And I pulled the door closed, and I never opened it again.
10-Minute Murder contains depictions of actual crimes. What you are about to hear is real and violent in nature. Discretion is advised. This is 10-Minute Murder.
Welcome to 10-Minute Murder, the brief and bingeable true crime podcast. I'm Joe, and thanks for being here. Before we get going with the story today, take a second to subscribe to 10-Minute Murder if you haven't already. When you subscribe, you get every episode as soon as it is released, whereas if you're not a subscriber, it can take a little bit of time for it to get to you. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not sure exactly why it takes a little bit more time, but it does. So subscribe and tell your friends about the podcast. It helps me out a ton, and I really appreciate it. Today's story reads like a script from a Hollywood thriller. A violent murder, a car hidden in an orchard, a missing handyman, and the murder weapon squirreled away inside a tree in a cemetery. The kicker? Despite the confession, the murder case will never go to trial. Through some weird twists and turns, you'll find out why there will never be justice for the victim. In September 2016, a silver Kia was found abandoned in Las Cruces pecan orchard. The car was registered to 67-year-old retired librarian Elvira Segura. Obviously, it's pretty strange to find a Kia in an orchard, so officers tracked down the owner. Elvira lived in a home in northern New Mexico. They found her there, dead in a bathroom. Her body was so decomposed that it was hard to tell exactly what happened. Police had no initial leads, but one possible witness, Robert Mondrian Powell. Robert lived with Elvira, where he worked as her handyman, but police didn't know where to find him. He was gone. They noticed his EBT card was being used at a certain grocery store pretty often. They staked out and spotted him. Saying that he had no idea why they wanted to talk to him, he agreed to talk to investigators. During questioning, he said that he had been homeless for about 4 years when he met Elvira, the librarian. She offered him a place to live in exchange for being her handyman at the house. He also did some cooking and ran errands for her. After a while, their friendship and agreement began to change. Robert said she started drinking more and more, and when she'd drink, Elvira would become verbally abusive with him, name-calling and finger-pointing. That eventually escalated to violent one day, when she smashed him over the head with a TV table. About 40 minutes into the chat with police, shockingly and completely unexpected, the Robert Mondrian Powell interview turned into a murder confession.
So you said she swung and hit you with the table, correct? With the little, where you eat? Yeah. And what happened after that? We had words right after she hit me with that, on that particular, from that, the last time. And I said something to her. I said, that's like assault and battery, Elvira. I said, I don't want you to go to jail. And I said, because I don't know who's going to run your house. And she had sat down on the couch, and then she just started calling me every name in the book and stuff like that. And so then I started to get up, and I went to pick up a plate that needed to go to the kitchen. And I went to pick up the plate, and then she started in again and started hitting me with her fists. She ran in front of me to the door, to the bedroom door, blocked the way, and then started taking swings at me, which she's not very good at doing. So I got enraged, and I pushed her back towards the center of the room to get her out of the way. At one point, she went down on the floor. We got into it, and I hit her. I hit her head, or she hit her arm when she fell, and it did not sound good. It sounded like it hurt her. I went to tell her, get up, Elvira, just get up. You need to leave the room. And she was having trouble getting up in this and the other, but she was just still cursing me. And I lost it, and I pushed her back down onto the floor, and I hit her head several times, on the floor, which was a brick floor.
Do you try to stop her from talking at any time? To put your hand over her mouth, or
no, I didn't.
Put your hands on her neck?
No, I didn't do that. No, but I did hit her.
And what happened after that?
And then I was just so angry. I said, you need to go to your bathroom, and you need to clean up. And she seemed a little bit stunned, but she was still just really absolutely livid, screaming and yelling at me and everything else. I told her, now I've done it. I said, I'm going to go to jail because you made me lose my temper. And I said something like, I really don't want to go to jail over something like this. This is ridiculous. I was mad, but measured. I wasn't screaming or yelling or anything like that. But she wouldn't give up on it.
How did you get her to stop?
She followed me into the bedroom, and I went and I reached in under the cushion in the folding bed, the day bed, the futon bed. And I pulled out a gun. And when she went back to her bathroom, I pointed it at her, and I told her, you need to really relax and calm down. I said, this is enough, this is over. I don't really remember. I remember saying, this is enough, it's over. I don't remember. And I was talking at her, but I can't remember everything I said, to be honest with you. So at one point, she reached down and got it. She had thrown a bunch of stuff like that was on just a wire shelf. She kicked it, threw it all over the place, and went into the bedroom and everything. And she grabbed some sort of a mat. I do remember that, a shower mat or something. And she bent down to pick it up or something, and she went down on one knee. And when she went down on one knee, I pulled the trigger and shot her.
Where'd you shoot her?
In the bathroom.
Do you know where it hit her?
No. I did see blood coming out from around her neck or back of her neck or something. And I pulled the door closed, and I never opened it again.
What did you do with the gun?
I put it on the bed.
And you left it there?
No. When I came to Santa Fe, I brought it with me. My intention was eventually to use it on myself.
Where is it now?
It's in some trees near the Masonic Cemetery. I think it's still there. I haven't looked at it in days.
Was it hidden pretty well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would you mind taking us out there to show us?
I'll take you.
What'd you do with her car?
It's in a pecan grove.
After his confession, Robert Mondrian Powell was arrested for the murder of Elvira Segura. After further investigation, police learned that he stayed at the house about a week after the murder with her body in the bathroom. He held a yard sale to get together enough cash to leave the area, and that's what he did. In December 2016, Mondrian Powell was formally charged with second-degree murder in a Santa Fe district court. Over the next 20 months, the case moved at a snail's pace, while attorneys argued over motions, subpoenas, continuances, and witness interviews. High turnover in the DA's office caused a revolving door of different prosecutors being assigned to the case. One of our rights as American citizens is the right to a speedy trial, and the judge ruled that all the charges be dismissed against the confessed killer, Robert Mondrian Powell, because he wasn't getting a speedy trial. But the twist doesn't stop there. In September 2018, the state appealed the dismissal. After pending for some time, they discovered that even if it was reversed, he wouldn't stand trial for the murder. He couldn't even stand trial. Shortly after he was released, Robert died. He was found outside, sitting in a chair in a parking lot of a nonprofit that provides assistance to displaced and homeless. Hypothermia was determined to be the cause of his death. And that's today's 10-Minute Murder, the brief and bingeable true crime podcast. Before you go back to normal life, make sure you are subscribed to the podcast. If you find yourself not subscribed right now, I just need you to know that Santa is watching. It's close enough now to Christmas that he's got his eye on you. And from there, you can do whatever you want to. I'm just trying to help you out. But if you are subscribed to the podcast and you enjoy it, you can do me a solid by leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, if you want. That's a huge help to me, but, let your conscience be your guide. Also, tell your friends about the show. If you have friends that like true crime, then let them know about the podcast as well. Thank you for listening to 10-Minute Murder. Have a good night.
2020 has been a lot. A lot of couch sitting, binge watching, sweatpantsing, stress eating, feeling stuck kind of stuff. Get up and get unstuck at Planet Fitness. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Now through November 18th. Stress less and move more in our super clean and spacious clubs. And the crowd meter in our app helps you pick the best time to visit. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. In club or at planetfitness.com. Deal ends November 18th. Planet Fitness locations are independently owned and operated. See club for details.
Was your dog born to dash and dance? This holiday season, find out where all that energy comes from with an Embark Dog DNA Kit. Discover your dog's unique breed mix by screening for 350 breeds and 190 genetic health conditions. Developed by veterinarians, give your dog the best care with the highest rated dog DNA test. Order now for the best deal of the year. Save $64 on a breed and health kit with promo code DNA at embarkvet.com. That's promo code DNA at embarkvet.com. Hi, Carol from LA here. We rescued Sadie from a local shelter. With an Embark Dog DNA test, we found out she's mostly Border Collie. She's a much happier dog since we started agility training. I recommend Embark to any dog owner. You can test for 350 breeds and 190 genetic health conditions. Get the highest rated dog DNA test at embarkvet.com. Go to embarkvet.com and use the exclusive promo code DNA to get $64 off an Embark breed and health kit.
2020 has been a lot. A lot of couch sitting, binge watching, sweatpantsing, stress eating, feeling stuck kind of stuff. Get up and get unstuck at Planet Fitness. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Now through November 18th. Stress less and move more in our super clean and spacious clubs. And the crowd meter in our app helps you pick the best time to visit. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. In club or at planetfitness.com. Deal ends November 18th. Planet Fitness locations are independently owned and operated. See club for details.